Hey guys, Paul from Southern Maryland Divers with another product review today. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite products to sell in the shop, and that's because I use it personally and it is just a phenomenal dive computer. We're going to talk about the Shearwater Perdix, and in particular this one is going to be the AI version of it, which is the air transmitter version of it. Basically the Perdix, the base model without the AI, is the exact same computer you see here without the ability to receive signal from the transmitter. So there's really no difference. The computer looks the same, the menus are all the same with the exception of the transmitter menu. And so if you didn't want the transmitter, which there are a fair amount of people that don't want the transmitter, then you would get this computer without that ability built into it. So let's get right into it. We're going to take it right out of the box so you guys can see what comes with it. It comes with this nice padded pouch, pretty heavy duty, which is really nice. Let's see what's up here. So up here in the top part of the pouch, there's a quality checklist to show that somebody went through and made sure everything was working correctly. There's a little bag here with a couple things. This little carabiner, which is kind of cool. I guess you can put that on the pouch and like put it on the side of a backpack or something. It comes with this little key fob. It's like, I'll call it a key fob, but basically this will help you get into the battery compartment if you don't have a nickel available, so you can put that on a keychain, and of course it's branded with their logo. A couple extra O-rings for the battery compartment, and then if you happen to be stuck back in the 80s and don't have a computer with built-in Bluetooth, it does come with a Bluetooth dongle. Most computers, laptops, even desktop computers now have Bluetooth built in, but if you for some reason don't have it, it comes with the Bluetooth dongle, USB Bluetooth dongle, to be able to use that with the Bluetooth function of the computer, which I'm going to mention here in just a second. And then there's a product information sheet here with a couple little things, care and maintenance and regulatory stuff. And then of course you have the computer. This little piece of padding to keep the screen nice. It comes with a screen protector already on it, but you can also get replacements. So if you scratch this for some reason during normal use, you can get a replacement for it. I think they're like $3 or $4, not expensive at all. This is the computer. This is the main piece of this whole package. And a couple things on this is the user replaceable battery, which I'm going to show you here. One of the coolest features of this computer is that it uses a AA battery, which is available pretty much around the world. You can't go anywhere and not be able to find a AA battery, with the exception of maybe the middle of the jungle, where a bunch of other computers use the CR2450 batteries or the watch batteries, and those guys are hit or miss whether you can find them at destination locations, travel locations. And so the concern then comes to whether or not the batteries have been sitting on the shelf for a while, if you are able to find them, how long they've been sitting on the shelf, and then being able to find them at all. But AA batteries you can pretty much get all around the world. The life on these guys is amazing too, about 30 hours. As you can see, it's a double O-ring sealed battery cap there, and that's why there's two replacement O-rings. As with anything that's O-ring sealed, you don't want to crank on it really hard. You just want to get it nice and snug via hand tight. So you don't want to crank on. When you crank on it, what it can do is pinch the O-rings and then cause it to actually leak. And so you don't want to do that. Just snug, hand snug is fine. Turn it on. You push both the buttons on the side. You have a button here and a button here. And when you push them, you're going to notice that they're not actually physical buttons where you can feel it push. You just tap on it. You don't even feel it depress or anything. It's kind of cool. It told me I changed the battery because it recognized it, and decompression tissue status was restored. It asks you what type of battery that you have in it, because it's going to actually show you the battery life based on the voltage, which is different between different batteries. So personally I use the photolithium batteries for these guys. They have great battery life. A little bit more expensive, but they're phenomenal as far as the lifespan goes on the batteries. We're going to confirm all this information, which is the time and the date and stuff. And then it's going to ask you to calibrate the compass, which we're not going to do right now, but it would be easy enough to do. So a couple of the cool things about this computer, obviously their user changeable battery. It's a super bright screen, so I'm actually going to turn down this light so that we can see the screen a little better. So this screen is lit like this constantly during the dive, so you don't have to worry about not being able to see this guy throughout the dive. It's constantly lit, so you don't have to turn a light on, you don't have to push any buttons. This is the way it shows the entire dive. You can set up this main screen with a bunch of different options as far as the information you want to see. But what we see here is the gas, so it's set at air. The surface interval, so since it's been tested in the pressure pot at the factory, it's been 76 days. The feet, if we were underwater, would show you how many feet. It shows you a safety stop up here. The no decompression limit, a big number there. And then the actual chart there for the nitrogen loading. So as you stay down longer, this is going to start creeping up and show you how much nitrogen loading you have. The temperature, and then the time. A bunch of different menus with this guy. There's the compass. The compass is one of the cool features about this too. Super sensitive compass. Try to get it without some glare there. And it's tilt compensated. So a normal compass we have to keep level when we use, otherwise the bevel will catch the top and it won't work properly. This one's tilt compensated, so you can have it any direction and it's gonna give you the perfect reading. Works really, really well. And then you have a bunch of other menus here. This one's blinking because it's looking for the transmitter, which we don't have set up on the tank, so we're not going to show. Your MOD for your mix, the partial pressure of the mix you're using. You can scroll through all these menus. We're not going to go through everything because it's all on Shearwater's website, and I'd like you to come in to be able to show you all this stuff in person anyway. But that's the computer. It comes with a set of wrist straps. And so you would feed these through the back here, the back two pieces here, and then use that to secure the computer to yourself. Or you can come up with a different way as well, just kind of whatever fits your style the best. These I really like, I use those all the time. And then also in the package is a couple stickers here with Shearwater's brand and a getting started guide. As I mentioned earlier, this has built-in Bluetooth, so when you go to transfer your dive logs or say update a firmware, all you got to do is connect via the free software you can download from Shearwater's website, and you can do the firmware updates, which are absolutely free for life of the product. You can do that through the Bluetooth, or you can download your dive logs through the Bluetooth as well. Another cool feature with the Perdix and then the Perdix AI is that you can set a custom startup screen. So as you can see, our logo's right there. So we've set it up with that, which you can put your own image on there. There's requirements for the image size and whatnot, but that's pretty easy to set up. So that's the computer. I'm going to show you the transmitter really quick. So in the package for the transmitter, you get the transmitter itself. There's another carabiner and a set of O-rings, and then a nice padded case as well for this guy. The transmitter battery is also user changeable. Again, you just use a nickel or the opener here. And this is a CR123 battery. I'm sorry, a CR2 battery that you would use. These are also pretty commonly available, but not as available as the AA's. So if you were to travel with this guy, I'd suggest you carry a couple extra ones. Again, the lithium batteries are going to give you the best life. So if you're going to purchase some batteries, the lithium batteries are probably the best bet. And then on the side here is the transmitter number. You program that into the Shearwater itself, and then that's going to give you your tank pressure. The Perdix AI can actually take up to 2 different transmitters. So if you were using, say, a side mount setup and you wanted to be able to monitor both tank pressures from both your tanks, you could put a transmitter on each one and have both the information here. Or if you were diving with a buddy and you wanted to watch theirs and they could watch yours, as long as you both have a transmitter and both have a Shearwater, that's completely feasible to do and relatively easy to set up. Transmitter goes on a high pressure port on your regulator. Something else that's pretty neat to note is that if you happen to already have an Aries transmitter, the Aries transmitters will work with the Shearwater products. And so we had a customer coming in last week and he has a Aries, I can't remember the name of the computer, Elite T3, I believe it was, and it actually worked just fine. The transmitter you had for the Elite T3 worked fine with the Shearwater. That's not common through all the transmitters, but there are several of the manufacturers' transmitters that will work with the Shearwater. So you might be able to get a Perdix and you already have a transmitter, or get an additional transmitter and have two for that option, what they talked about, side mount, or maybe a bailout tank or something along that lines. And so, without making it too long, that's the Shearwater Perdix AI. Really sturdy computers, features that are out of this world. Another thing to mention that I forgot is that this computer is obviously completely good for nitrox dives, but it'll also do technical dives, multiple gases. It even has a rebreather mode, and all of those modes come completely unlocked when you buy it. So there's no unlock codes you have to pay for later on. There's no other fees associated with it. The only upgrade that you can get for this that you have to pay money for is the VPM model, which is a deco algorithm that some people prefer over the Buhlmann that's running on this, and that would just be a preference that you could get an unlock code for. But otherwise, it comes ready to go. You'd have a hard time out diving this, even with all the dives that I've done, all the deco dives and everything. I've never even gotten close to the capabilities of this computer. So, really amazing computer. They're pretty much the spear point of dive computers right now, just doing amazing stuff. Until next time, we'll see you later.